A society to have order and to protect its citizens must have rules. Rules or laws are created and agencies are formed to enforce the rules. In the United States, you are innocent until proven guilty. Our judicial system, our courts, have the task of determining guilt. When guilt is found, the courts mete out the consequences. If we follow the rules of our society, we may never have to face the bar of justice inside a criminal courtroom. Join us now as we see an actual Lake County court in session.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Miller. Could everyone, including visitors, please raise your right hands? Do each of you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and this you do under the pains and penalty of perjury? Thank you. You can put your hands down. Each of you has a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. When you get to the microphone, I need to know if you're under 18. I need to know if you're not a citizen of the United States, because if you're not a citizen, pleading today could affect your immigration status. I need to know if you're on probation or parole, because pleading today could affect your probation or parole status. If you plead today, you're giving up your right to have a trial and to have an attorney represent you on that trial. If I sentence you today to a criminal case, you have mandatory costs you will have to pay. You'll have to go to room 105 and either pay them or sign up for the payment plan. The least those mandatory costs can be is $273. That's the minimum. If you have a battery charge, the minimum is $700, and it goes up from there. All right, we're being tape recorded today and videotaped. Next, we have Mr. Rome, Jermaine Rome. Mr. Rome, you're in custody today for a new battery and a new marijuana charge. I sentenced you in January on a marijuana charge and told you no new law violations. Mr. Sandor, what are you, I had the order of commitment, which I'm prepared to sign for 59 days.
The state does not have an offer. As this time, we haven't been able to contact the victim as to the battery count. However, I was going to explain to Your Honor that you gave him a suspended sentence upon turning himself in. While he was waiting to turn himself in is when he picked up this battery marijuana charge.
So this is going to be the 59 days. So we're serving the order of commitment on him right now. And you do not have an offer on the battery. How do you know Monique Nunn?
That's the mother of my children.
Okay. If you enter a no contest plea today, I would sentence you to the 59 days on the order of commitment. I would also sentence you to 12 months probation on the new charge. The condition of the new charge, 12 months probation, the 29-week batter's intervention class, drug evaluation, any treatment recommended, and 2 clean screens at least 30 days apart. If you don't want to accept that, that's fine. I'm still sentencing you to the 59 days on the order of commitment, but I'll appoint the public defender on the new case.
The probation for the battery?
The probation would be for the battery.
That would be my first battery. I don't have any priors.
Okay, that's why it's not a felony. It's a misdemeanor.
I'll say not guilty for the battery.
And do you want me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
Okay, you're present. You're entering a not guilty plea, and I will appoint the public defender. There'll be a $250 minimum charge for the public defender's office, and you are now officially doing the 59 days on the order of commitment.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would that include the time that I've been in?
The order of commitment hasn't been served on you yet. We're just now going to serve it on you, so it starts today.
So the time that I did, it don't count?
The time you did will count for the battery, but on the order of commitment, it starts today. I just signed it. All right, Kevin Wilson to the microphone, please.
Please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Did you get a medical exam for blood sugar issues?
Yes. I've gotten
And,
everything taken care of.
and how are you?
I'm good.
So you didn't have,
No, ma'am.
all right, but you'll go on a yearly basis
Yes,
to,
ma'am.
to make sure?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and did you go to the diabetes seminar?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And how did that go?
It was great. I recommend it. It was a little hardship getting to Claremont without a car, but I managed it. I have all my certificates and everything in my,
Okay, and I gave you a notice to appear instead of having you arrested for the violation, okay.
that was
Good.
because I had one,
I'm glad, because it looks like you did so much stuff. I'm glad I didn't have you arrested. Now, let me catch up. Are you in DUI school?
I go Friday. Friday, Sunday, and next Friday.
Probation's recommending, if I'm reading it correctly, that we get out of his space and let him finish up on his own.
Right.
Are you okay with that?
No.
Okay.
Just because the DUI school is one of the actual real
Okay.
conditions.
So,
A suspended sentence would be fine. A continuation to allow him to show proof that he's completed school would be fine as well.
well, we may as well do the suspended sentence so he doesn't have to come back here again. This is Kevin Wilson. Mr. Wilson, if you enter a no contest plea today, we'll end your probation. We'll give you 6 more months to finish everything. But if you don't finish everything, it's going to be 29 days in jail. And you have to bring the proof to the traffic window.
problem.
And everything we have is DUI school. That's all we have that you haven't finished, DUI school. And there should be an alcohol evaluation and any treatment recommended also. So that whole thing. Okay? So we have a deal.
Yes, ma'am.
And no new law violations. Joshua Cruz. Is this the next day? Mr. Cruz, you're charged with no license and attaching a tag not assigned. How old are you?
19.
All right. State, he was not arrested on attaching a tag not assigned.
I was arrested for the no license.
State, is he being charged with the attaching a tag not assigned?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This is Joshua Cruz. Mr. Cruz, if you enter a no contest plea today, you still don't have a driver's license,
I
right?
have a driver's license, but I did get the car registered and I got it insured. That makes sense.
Yes, Your Honor, the car is registered.
Where did you get the car?
I bought it from a private owner.
Did you hear my little speech earlier? What did I say? What should you have done?
Exactly what you said.
What?
Exactly what you said.
What did I say exactly?
Go to the tag place with the.
Very good, you listened. And so next time when you buy or sell a used vehicle, you'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where did you get the tag you put on it?
Oh, I got it from a friend. Just for
So
the
you know you're not allowed to do that. Okay, Mr. Sandor, did you tell him what the offer was already?
Not yet, Your Honor.
I see no history of anything. You didn't have a history of anything.
No, Your Honor, no priors.
He's very polite, very soft-spoken, and I don't think we're ever going to see him again. He looks like he's going to faint. So what can we do for him?
Your Honor, the state's offer is an adjudication of guilt. As to the no driver's license, it would be a $200 fine. As to the attaching a tag not assigned, the state would amend that to a civil since he's provided proof of registration. And no new crimes, these conditions to be completed within the next 180 days. If he failed to provide proof of all of these conditions or commit a new law violation, the state would ask that he spend 29 days in the Lake County Jail.
Right, if you agree to plead today, I'm going to change the fine from $200 to either $200 or $100 with a valid license. Okay, we have a deal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me write it before I forget. $200 or $100 with valid DL. Okay, now it's yellow sticky. You had a cash bond. The cash bond pays for the fine,
All right.
at least part of it. If you come up with your license, it pays for all of it.
All right.
All right, move over and we'll get everything to you. Here's his print sheet. Could I have Brian Olson to the microphone, please? And Jonathan Rivera on deck. Mr. Olson, you're charged with driving while license suspended. Do you have a valid driver's license now?
No, ma'am. I didn't know that it was suspended when I got pulled over.
But they took it away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Olson, I feel sympathy for you. I hate this situation. What happens is you got a no proof of insurance ticket at some point. And then you paid the ticket, I guess, but you didn't bring them proof that you did have insurance, and so they suspended you.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I did. Right to that lady outside of that door. We had a whole conversation when I paid that fine that day, which was probably in May. And she said...
Did you have insurance at the time you were stopped?
I thought I did, but
But you didn't.
But for 20 years, my company paid for it, but apparently I didn't,
Okay,
and I didn't
Mr.
know.
Olson, I have almost no authority over doing anything for this. I hate this law. Anyone who's charged with driving with no insurance, unless you had the insurance and you bring the proof, or you can get a judge to withhold, Tallahassee suspends you. It is what it is. And
So it
then
really
they...
doesn't matter how it happened?
The fact is, you didn't have insurance for that little piece. That
But
would
I
have,
plead ignorance.
okay,
Does that
had you
matter?
come to me then,
But
I would have withheld and this wouldn't happen. So now let me talk to Miss Angie and see if there's any way I can save you. Okay, this is the usual. So even if I went back and withheld, it won't change anything. Mr. Sandor, could you come up and look over this record with me, please? I'm not too excited about your driving record,
Well, I
If
was
it were
hoping that you wouldn't be able to see all that.
but he's never had this exact, no insurance issues before, but he did have an expired driver's license once. And all of this stop sign, speeding, blah, blah, blah.
No accidents.
Oh, I hate this.
I know. And
Okay, so what I'm debating is whether I go back to that one and dismiss it with a judicial warning. Okay, could you run a criminal history? Are we going to find anything on a criminal history?
Well, when I got divorced, I had a injunction for a period of time, but that's it.
You make a
Oh.
very good impression. I would not have believed to open this up that this would have been your record. So,
Speed, I'm sorry. I just,
okay, I'm thinking about giving you a very big present. So have a seat for a moment while I make sure there are no criminal things lurking in your background. All right, next we have Jonathan Rivera. You speak English? Good. All right, Mr. Rivera, you have a valid driver's license, no traffic offenses other than that noise violation, but you fixed what, it was muffler or something that was too loud?
It was a
Whatever that was. That's all you have on your record. This time you're charged with driving a motorcycle without a motorcycle endorsement. Do you own a motorcycle?
It wasn't mine.
Do you want to ride a motorcycle?
No.
Listen to what I'm going to say, and then you have a decision to make.
Okay.
It's our policy to dismiss this charge if someone goes and gets a motorcycle endorsement. Refresh my memory, about $250? Ends up costing about $250 to get a motorcycle endorsement, and then you have one. If you wanted to say, well, I never want to ride a motorcycle again, and we sentence you on this, it's going to cost you more than $250. So we'll continue this for 3 months for you to get a motorcycle endorsement. And I'm telling you, it's going to cost you like $250.
Okay.
But then you'll have an endorsement. If you want to plead today and say no contest, I'll sentence you. And the least this one can be is $273. So you're way better off going to get your endorsement so you have something to show
I'll
for
just
it.
get the endorsement. I'll just get the endorsement.
All right, so we're going to continue this for 3 months. You're present, you waive speedy trial, and we're continuing it for 3 months. 3 months. May 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. That's a Wednesday? That's a Wednesday arraignment date?
Yes,
Great.
ma'am.
8 a.m. Defendant to get MC endorsement. Wait for your paperwork and we'll see you. Oh, Miss Angie's going to write this up, that if you get your endorsement, you can just take it to the traffic window and they'll dismiss it right there.
Okay.
But if it gets to be May 1st and you haven't done it, you have to come here and tell me why not.
All right.
Okay, Miss Angie? Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor, Mr. Olson doesn't have a criminal history.
Mr.
Yes.
Olson. All right, Mr. Olson, come on back up. Mr. Olson, had I been aware of your paying that ticket way back when, I would have withheld. And the withhold would have kept you from getting this new suspension. I don't understand why you didn't know you had a suspension because they mailed it to the Windsong address. You don't live there anymore?
Just moved. Just.
The moment you move, you have to go to the driver's license office and get it fixed. Why haven't you gotten a valid driver's license yet?
The guy told me that the Claremont police officer said when I came to court that I would be able to get. That's what he said, and I didn't.
You could have gotten it already.
Yeah, but I had to get a D6 to do that, right? Or a D, whatever that.
You didn't need a D6 clearance from me because you showed up when you were supposed to show up here. No, you just.
But the ticket was just what, 2 weeks ago? Is that what it was, or just a few days, 10 days ago, or?
You got stopped January 16th. I can tell you if it had been me, I would have been there 2 seconds later to the Department of Motor Vehicles to fix it.
But
I'm just saying. Right, I'm going to give you a very big break here. I'm going to go back to the original ticket, the original operating without insurance from, I think, March of last year, and I'm going to dismiss it with money paid. So you're
Great.
not getting any money back, but I'm going to dismiss it. That's going to unsuspend you.
Okay.
But I don't know how long that will take. We're putting it in the computer today. Tallahassee has to get it on their computer, then they have to get it to the Department of Motor Vehicles. And then within a few days, when we run this printout, it won't show a suspension at all,
Great.
and I can dismiss this case today.
Okay.
But meanwhile, today you can't drive.
Right.
Because it isn't automatic. I cannot reinstate your license. Tallahassee has to clear it.
Okay.
All right,
Do I have to go to DMV then and?
No, you have to go reinstate your license.
So-
You have to go get a new license. I don't think they'll even charge you a reinstatement after we do this.
Okay.
Don't go until we get it cleared up.
So you're going to have to contact us in a few days. This
Okay.
is Miss Angie.
Okay.
We'll give you a number to call. So I'll call you.
I'll get the number, it'll be easier.
Okay, give us a phone number that Miss Angie can call you when it's cleared.
407?
Miss Angie wants to do it out loud.
407? 448?
Okay, so she'll call you as soon as it comes back on the computer that you're cleared.
Do I have to pay court costs today though?
No.
Oh, yay.
Okay. All right, Miss Angie, so we're going to continue this for a month and dismiss with whatever. So, Mr. Olson, how we're going to handle it is we're going to continue this listen to the whole thing.
Okay.
You don't need to write anything down. We're going to continue it for a month for a paper trail. But if in 3 days, 2 days, whatever it is that it comes back on the computer that you're no longer suspended, then I'll just dismiss it and you don't have to come back. And when Miss Angie calls you, she'll tell you we've done that. If something happens and Miss Angie does not call you in the next few days, I'm Judge Miller, call my office. All right, Alfredo Rodriguez Camacho. And then Zachary Beasley will be next. Where are you? Okay, Mr. Rodriguez Camacho.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are charged with driving with no license. This is at least your second time getting caught driving with no license. What?
I was in my driveway looking for my dog.
You're in your driveway looking for your dog.
The police called me that they had my dog, so they walked over to my driveway. He saw me getting off my car, the car, and
I will read what the officer wrote. I don't know why you have a car since you're not allowed
oh,
to
it's
drive.
not my car. It's
You said, I got out of my car.
off a car.
While on a call at the defendant's residence, I observed the defendant drive up. He observed you drive up to the house in a 1997 Ford minivan. After requesting his driver's license, he presented me with an ID. It was determined that he did not have a driver's license, and he admitted that. The defendant stated he drives when he has to go to work, when he has to go to the store, and when running errands. The officer says he saw you drive up to the house.
Yeah, he
So, if you plead today, it's jail time, because this is the second time you've been caught driving. If you get caught again after today, that time will double. Let me see how many priors we have here. Camacho Rodriguez. Right. The paperwork I have says this is only the second time you've been caught. So we have a special opportunity on the second. The first time's just money. Second time, I'll give you the special opportunity of weekend work. If you get caught again, it's jail. No ands, ifs, or buts. It's jail. The weekend work program, anyone who may have this opportunity, listen, so I might not have to say the whole thing again. You show up something like 7 in the morning at the jail with $20 in your hand and your lunch. You work all day and you go home. The next day you come on Sunday about 7 with another $20 you give them for supervising you and your lunch again. So you work 3 weekends like that, Saturday and Sunday. It costs you $20 each day, and that is instead of doing 5 days straight in jail. If you'd rather do 5 days straight in jail, you can do that.
No.
So you're going to do the weekend work program?
Yes, ma'am.
But you understand, if you're caught driving again, it's at least 10 days in jail and no weekend work. It's at least 10 days straight in jail. You're not allowed to drive.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. You're present. You're entering a no contest plea. I find you guilty. I sentence you to 3 weekends. Weekends begin
Next weekend, Your Honor.
this coming up one or the one after?
The one after the 9th and 10th.
You would start February 9th and 10th.
And then
Got
we have a holiday,
okay?
and then it would be February 23rd and 24th,
23rd, 24th,
and March 2nd and 3rd.
March 2nd and 3rd. We have a deal?
Yes.
How did you get here today? And don't tell me you drove.
No, I walk. I live close.
So you can walk to the weekend work program then, because the jail's
much,
right over
yes.
there. All right, it needs to be printed. And if you're caught driving again, it will be 20 days, 10 next time, and then 20 after that. All right, Mr. Beasley?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you for coming up so quickly. You have kind of a light about you, like a special glow or something. I don't know why you can't give up the bad things. How far did you get in school?
Probably about 11th grade.
Why'd you leave?
Had trouble with my mom.
And so now you have all sorts of trouble. You have drug trouble, you have violence with other people trouble.
Not really. Sorry. Go ahead.
You have a cocaine charge that is, I guess, pending. Possession or sale of cocaine. You don't consider that to be a problem?
That's a problem now.
That's a problem.
No.
Then today you're in front of me for a battery charge. Judge Nackey signed an order that he wants you to go to jail because while you were out on bond on the cocaine charge, you got this battery charge. The victim says you pushed her and slapped her. And Judge Nackey says he wants you back in jail. So, Judge Nackey rules in that area, so you're going back to jail. And the state can't make you an offer today on the battery because they have not been able to speak to the alleged victim. You have the public defender on the cocaine charge. I'm going to appoint the public defender on the battery charge. How long have you known the victim?
All my life. Yeah, everybody in the case we've known all of life, eating out of each other's houses and everything.
Kyrie Williams?
Yeah, all my life.
She related to you?
Not really, but she's eating out of my house, I've eaten out of hers.
Wait, maybe I'm a little confused. Is she the victim or is Leon Hawkins?
I have Kyrie Williams, Your Honor.
The victim told me that while in the parking lot, Mr. Beasley and Leon Hawkins, she stated that Mr. Beasley struck Mr. Hawkins. She tried to separate the two, and she got pushed in that trying to separate the two.
And apparently, they either determined that Mr. Hawkins and Mr. Beasley were mutual combatants or that Mr. Hawkins didn't want to prosecute. I'm not sure.
But she's the one who put herself between them. I'm not seeing that he deliberately pushed her. His attention is focused on this other guy. But then it says he slapped the victim with an open hand across the face. Which victim?
All made up.
All right, you need an attorney. Are you able to afford a private attorney or you need the public defender? You have the public defender on the felony, so I think I should go ahead and appoint the public defender on this one?
Right.
All right, public defender on this one. And not guilty. And we'll give you a new court date, but you're remanded to custody on the revocation of bond. So you need to send a letter to Miss Hammond and tell her what happened. I'll see if
You have reached the law offices of Mike Graves, Public Defender, 5th Judicial Circuit. Lake County Board of County Commissioners, may I help you?
I got put on the wrong direction. I'll try again. Thank you.
Oh, that's okay. Could I get you where you need to go?
The public defender's office.
Yes, I can transfer you there. Hold on one moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have reached the law.
Okay, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, this is Zachary Beasley. Mr. Beasley's represented by Liza Hammond on a felony drug charge. Judge Nackey revoked the bond on that charge because of a new battery charge here. The new battery charge here is he and another guy were fighting apparently in the parking lot. The alleged victim tried to get between them, and she got struck in trying to separate them. Then there's some question as to whether he then gave her an extra slap afterwards or not. But because of this charge, his felony bond was revoked. And I can't get a hold of your office to leave that message. They put me through to the county commissioners.
I'll let them know. I know Ms. Hammond.
All right, so could you make a note? This is Zachary Beasley. All right, Mr. Beasley, that's all I can do to help you. All right, here's this bond revocation. You need it?